Supcom FA Forged Alliance. This is setons, and this one's gonna be, in contrast to some of the previous videos, a late one. So still 3599, but newer. So I'm not actually sure exactly when this was. My guess is either 2011, maybe early 2012. But here we got, if you were making a list of top 10 setons players, you'll probably include more than half of these. For example, Goat Lust here facing VIP. These two players definitely top of the line gameplay here. Grimjo facing Berg. They've probably faced each other hundreds of times throughout the years. And of course we also have Killer 652. So he is the second best killer. If you're paying attention, he's, I think, currently called Lion is his name. He's not as good on Forged Alliance Forever as he was on GPGnet. So it's slightly different gameplay. And of course Sith playing a Cybern. It's nice to see Cybern on Cybern, and here we should see the non-mixing rules in effect. So UEF on UEF, Cybern on Cybern. Not surprising, that's how it is. In the middle we got UEF versus Seraphim. McFly, one of the players, extremely good mid player, but looks like here he's just going to stand around for a little while. That's not good. But McFly definitely knows what he's doing in the mid. Pro-life, also a pretty decent player. But we'll see how this turns out. We see some scouting here from Lame God, or Goat Lust, and a bomber. So scout, interceptor, and a bomber, and this scout right here early on is going to tell him whether or not, that scout just got killed really quick, whether or not there's a transport coming. And here's a bomber just in case there was one, plus an interceptor. Very early Navy. Here comes a drop. Gonna fill it up with 4 engineers. Elsewhere it looks like Sith is just gonna take her island without any problems. Some bombing actually from Sith, helping out her mid player against McFly. And here we see 2 engineers dropped off at the base, and here comes the aerial assault from Goat Lust, a transport, a whole bunch of interceptors, plus some naval support. And this frigate from UEF, quite nice. It puts a bunch of fake images on radar, plus it gets you radar. Yeah, it has radar and fake radar. So let's see what Lame God does with this transport. He spotted a whole bunch of interceptors, so he's going to try to avoid them against VIP. So dropping is no longer just simple because players make a whole bunch of Tech 1 error, and you can see the Tech 1 bomber was the fake target that Goat Lust just threw out there. Here we're going to see an attempt to capture a successful point defense. And here's an engineer. He's going to try to capture. So that bomber basically used as a decoy to get the transport in, and what Goat Lust has just done is given over this mass extractor to Sith. I'm actually not sure how you do that. I know you can give to your allies, I don't know you can give to your enemies. It's kind of crazy. Maybe there was a special rule about non-restricted teams in this game, but that's a nice move because now it won't be attacked by VIP, and it's kind of like shifting eco from VIP to Sith, which gives Goat Lust an advantage but a disadvantage to Killer. Here the NG is still alive, and this mass extractor here, nearly done with Tech 2, gets captured. That's about 800 mass stolen there from VIP, and it's once again given over to Sith. Sith has given it back to VIP, and Lame God has reclaimed it. So Lame God playing a bunch of tricks here. In the middle we're seeing a McFly, 12 kills, Pro-Life 25. Looks like Pro-Life actually getting an advantage. Massive bombing here this entire game from Sith, really helping out her mid player. Looks like 2 more drops here from Goat Lust. And here after 9 minutes we've seen a whole bunch of action. We haven't even looked here up on top, but it looks like it's just a basic standoff. Some submarines. A submarine spam from Sith, a bunch of frigates in the middle. McFly actually abandoning in the mid, and Pro-Life rolling pretty hard. And that's what happens when you help your mid player, and it's an even battle with Tech 1 bombers. You really shift it. And it looks like these drops might not make it. Ran into a cloud of VIP's interceptors. It's a pretty big loss there for Goat Lust. We're not seeing VIP come out with a Tech 2 torpedo launcher. That's one way to counter the Tech 1 naval rush, because this outranges it. VIP with the Tech 2 ACU moves out, they're going to get a quick factory going, and he's actually going to put another torpedo launcher, maybe a little flak here as well. Actually no, it's just flak to protect those engineers. Goatlust here going Tech 2 with UEF. He's got one factory in Tech 1, and it looks like Pro-Life's completely running mech over here. Meg has pretty good build capacity, but losing quite a few mass extractors, and the stream of units just continues. McFly should get some upgrade here. It looks like he's only getting his first one. Looks like Tech 2. Tech 2 subs now for killer and a cruiser. Actually making shields, it's a little strange. Has Tech 2 power. And here we're seeing with that much build capacity, he can make frigates nearly instantly. VIP able to regain naval control. But we are now seeing cruisers come out for Goatlust. And this air battle looks like Sith and Berg here, Tech 1 and Tech 2, and actually Pro-Life making it all the way to the back here. Some point defenses for Grimjoe to play some defense, completely running Mech Life over. So that the balance of power was shifted, and it was taken full advantage by Pro-Life, and played McFly many times. This is not hard. This is pretty difficult to do against them. So pretty impressive from Pro-Life. So a shield together with a whole bunch of destroyers. Of course, should be an easy victory for Pro-Life. And you can see no wrecks here, so throwing away Navy like this doesn't kill you completely, because you don't leave 450 mass for every single frigate you lose. That would have really given VIP a huge boost. And a new pretty massive force here coming in. McFly in the water with Tech 2. Thinking about life. Here we're seeing Goatlust with a whole bunch of Tech 1 bombers trying to help out. Also has a cruiser in the area, Pro-Life, Tech 2 on the gun, trying to get some shields, unable to do so. And you see both naval players trying to save McFly, but it looks like it's going to be in vain. His base is just getting wiped out by these mongoose. Gunships from Grimjoe plus interceptors. Kind of surprising Berg doesn't move in and try to do something about it. And here we got Tech 2 submarines versus destroyers and Tech 1 submarines. It looks like numbers are going to win for Sith, because half the Navy actually for Killer is busy fighting the middle. McFly getting hit pretty hard here, and he probably doesn't want to stay in the water for too long, because Sith is going to move in with all those submarines, but not likely he's going to be led back on dry land. He's definitely going to try to do it. Gunships moving in from Grim are going to attack the destroyers. No cruisers, so though there is one cruiser here far away. Berg should be moving in. So far Sith kind of getting ganged up down here. Of course, gunships versus cruisers. Cruisers are going to win. Give of Tech 1 air over to Berg. But now we can see Killer's Navy reunited here, and he's really hitting Sith hard. Maybe Sith kind of overextended herself going after McFly. McFly fighting for his life here, 38 kills. Pro-Life once again with the ACU moves in and gets the first kill of the game here at minute 18. And everything is gone for, it doesn't really matter if there was give or not give. But here we can see Goatlust immediately moves in, try to pick up the pieces, and actually looking at Pro-Life, he's got to be very careful. We're seeing strat bombers and gunships from Grimjoe. Berg has been very conservative here with his navy, and perhaps you can't blame him at this point. There's cruisers here from Killer. Sith completely getting demolished. Ran into Grim's gunships and was fighting the mid while getting shot by Killer's navy, and Killer took full advantage, but Killer's not going to make the mistake of charging in. Just going to reestablish a position in the middle and force Pro-Life back. You can see on the other side that's exactly what Lame God's doing. So any of these advances through the middle are not going to work anymore, and that will allow the top side to recapture middle. Seeing a bunch of torpedo bombers from Berg is going to try to help Sith out. Sith moving back to the middle, but this is huge numbers advantage now for Killer. Looking at Killer's base, he has paused. Looks like he's going to do a little teching, realizing he's got naval advantage. Lame God standard, 2 tech 1, 1 tech 2. This is not the time for what are those called? Battle cruisers, because those do take quite a bit to make. You need a lot more build capacity in 3599 to make one of those. Pro-Life in a full retreat against this Navy. Looking at Berg's base, pretty nice spam, multiple tech 3. You can see a lot of tech 3 mass extractors here, minute 20. Getting a couple more. Single factory. Compared to Grim, he's got double factory. Second to tech 3 power. Got quite a few tech 3 mass extractors as well. It's actually not as much eco as you might expect. It looks like both players were spending quite a bit on fighting, because usually by the time you're at around this about 21 minutes, every single mass extractor is generally at tech 3. We still see quite a few tech 2 for both Berg and Grim, but now we can see rebuilding here for Grim in the middle, and actually Lame God or Goatlaw's got quite a bit from the middle. Does have some power problems with his shields going off, but you can see the UEF Navy, if there isn't an early kill, they'll just basically stare at each other for a while. Both players choosing to turn off their shields. Gotta save that power, and now Killer moves in, gonna put pressure on Pro-Life. Pro-Life getting a whole bunch of shields, actually putting pressure on Sith's base. Sith is gonna lose a whole bunch of power. Berg is gonna help out with torpedo bombers, and Sith might get this victory, and we're gonna probably see the first air fight. Berg reluctant to go in. Sith really fighting to save her base. Already lost a couple of mass storage. Berg comes in once again with a bunch of torpedo launchers, trying to shift the balance. Now it looks like Grim having second thoughts, and now comes in. Maybe that was a bit of a fake there. Very even numbers. With both players extremely good. That looked like a mistake there from Berg. He wasn't turning at one point, and you can see the huge difference in micro now from 2009 to 2010. A simple mistake, one wrong turn, and a player like Grim will make you pay. And now total air domination. This naval fight looked like it was quite even. Only a few tech 2 ships will be left over for Killer. He's got a nice flow of units coming in, however. But Sith is a little closer. He's got some frigates here as well. But now with this total air domination and with the Cyber Navy, Sith is in quite a bit of trouble. Berg does have some interceptors here in the back. Probably going to try to intercept any torpedo bombers coming in. And the UEF Navy, so quiet here. Just some cruisers shooting back and forth. You can see Cyber now, a lot of build capacity here from Berg. A whole bunch of mass fabs as well. Berg now running, and a whole bunch of torpedo bombers from Grim. So here, given that this is a 3v4, and the 3 players from the top side, and this is going to be just to finish off Berg's Air Force. The back and the side player got a little more economy from the middle. It is upon Pro-Life to put pressure. He cannot just tech here. He's got to make something that's going to be important. Otherwise, both Berg and VIP here are an economic disadvantage because of the middle base. So he's got to be making either a fatty or maybe get another type of experimental, or start making air himself for a navy. Otherwise, he's not being very useful. Although he could make a really good defense and prevent any kind of experimental threat through the middle. But at this point, it doesn't look like experimentals are going to be the deciding factor. And here we're going to see perhaps this UEF on UEF Navy battle will begin. We see some scouting from VIP. And this EF and EF Navy not nearly as dependent on the air battle. So VIP not in that big a disadvantage, although a couple strats could shift the game. And now Sith beginning to lose her base. She's trying to rebuild her power, but that will be difficult. And you can see the Cyber Navy completely naked. This is what happens with no mixing rules. It does provide players with extra weapons to use, because if it was 2009, she would just get a UEF unit and get a bunch of shields around her navy, and all this great work from Killer would have basically been cancelled out, making a very long game. It would resemble more of this battle. And here comes the micro from VIP moving in with his frigates. He's got to follow that up with his Tech 2. He's going to try to get the frigates in underneath the shields, neutralize the shields, and let the Tech 2 and shields take care of the rest. But of course it's a question, how far do these frigates, how far can they make? And a whole bunch of torpedo bombers now coming in. And a whole bunch of bombers as well. So that doesn't look very good for VIP. That air might be shifting the battle. We see the frigates trying to get in, but looks like maybe too many shields. Too many shields there for Goat Lust. Sith is in the process of losing her base. Actually just got sniped by Killer's bombers. Nice Tech 2 air here, minute 28. Some transports now. Pick up some of these engineers, move them over, get that fresh mass. Berg still working the build capacity, but losing rock is going to put him in a very big disadvantage. And here it actually appears that VIP was able to knock down quite a few of those shields. And now VIP loses all his shields as well. Very even battle. Now strat bombers coming in from these are actually torpedo bombers from Grim. Take 3 torpedo bombers. Very even battle, but uneven teams at this point. VIP at a disadvantage. Still no Tech 3, but all these have been upgraded to Tech 2, so destroyers, 100% destroyers and shields now from Goat Lust. Same thing for VIP. Neither player really willing to invest in a battle cruiser. Here at coming up minute 30. Whole bunch of flak and engineers for Berg retreating. Killer finishing up the demolition. Some engineers. We really got to say great play from Grim with that air battle, and a really nice naval battle between Sith and Killer. Some Tech 3 engineers. And of course very timely navy from Killer to prevent Pro-Life. Remember, Pro-Life made it all the way to Grimjoe's base to prevent Pro-Life from making any more trouble. Actually forced him all the way back, and Pro-Life hasn't really been a factor most of this game. He's not minute 30, he's making an experimental. He could really make an experimental around minute 25 if you get that type of success as Pro-Life had. And the shield battle continues. VIP still alive, and actually looks like he's got the numbers in spite of all those bombers. More destroyers coming in from VIP, and I've missed this. It appears that the Goat Lust was able to get a nuke going. Maybe that's why he doesn't have total domination. He did have quite a bit more eco. I went into the nuke, and is there an anti-nuke in the middle here? Another air battle between Berg and Grim. Be hard to imagine Berg getting this back. It's usually very difficult to get. Looks like that flies directly over unprotected Pro-Life base at Berg. Berg is known for not making anti-nukes, and he has not made an anti-nuke here. Berg throws in the towel. He has also lost the air, and with that nuke, Berg says this game is over. VIP, you gotta give him credit, played extremely well, but did allow Goat Lust to get a nuke. 187 kills on that nuke. Now with these strat bombers, this game is basically over. VIP very well played, very good looking Navy. But facing Goat Lust, and Goat Lust with a superior economy, able to outplay him. Now finally a fatty here at minute 32 from Pro Life. So besides that early advantage, which actually was given to him mostly by Sith bombing the crap out of McFly, hasn't really done that much. Neutralized by Navy. This is a massive force of destroyers. They're going to face a spider. The fatty's going to move in, trying to play defense as well. Pro Life playing till the end. VIP also playing till the end, but it's hard to imagine VIP being able to do much at the construction here. Just replenish his Navy very quickly, plus all this air. VIP is now killed. He most likely just gave up. Pro Life, the last player remaining. Here the spider against the destroyers kills most of them, but not getting hit by bombers. He'll get killed as well. More bombers coming in, a nice bomber spam here from Killer. So as the game ends, what you saw here, if you choose to learn setons, this is the way you should play. Of course, in Forged Alliance Forever, it's slightly different, a little more economy oriented. It might be a little more like the battle we saw here on the bottom and the battle we saw on top, but I hope people enjoyed this one. Probably we'll see a nuke or something like that. Pro Life, not really sure what he's getting. Bombers coming in. Where's that nuke? Yeah, it's probably not enough. It's only halfway done. Strat bombers against Fatty. Fatty dies. I'd like to see Pro Life get bombed right here. He can bomb units which are underwater like that. It looks like a nuke. This one's from Grim. Just target ground and hit right above. So if it's not deep water, the head's poking out, you can still bomb it with regular bombers. In deep water, that's not possible to do. And here we're gonna see the UEF base disappear. And Pro Life throws in the towel. So hopefully people enjoy this one.